The Gallente Election Event has been extended for the final week of the event, and the Rampant Drone Fabricator site now allows for capital ships to participate. We are going to talk about what you get for completing the rest of the event track, and I'm going to show you how I complete it today. If you are looking for practical EVE guides and stories from the world of New Eden, you're where you need to be. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Lynn Rankin, and today we are going to be talking about the Gallente Election Event and its extension and completing the rest of the 500 points for the event track. So we're just going to do a very brief overview of the event update as well as the patch notes, and then we're going to go and complete the rest of the event track. The Gallente Election Event has been extended by an additional 500 points. And as part of that, you will receive an additional 75,000 skill points, an additional 225 political favors, some Skinner material, and 4 presidential candidate favors that you can turn in for officer modules. And the more points that you get on this event track, the more support your candidate will receive. At present, Tenzin is falling behind in the polls. Rodin still holds a lead, but just barely with a 0.6 lead on Moreau. The Rampant Drone Fabricator has also gotten some tweaks in this final week of the event. Again, it is going to become a permanent addition to Wormhole Space at some point after the event, so a lot of this is tweaking before it becomes that permanent addition. So let's jump right into the patch notes. So again, the seasonal point cap has been increased to 1,500 points for the final week of the elections, something that I said was very likely to happen given what CCP has been doing for the last couple events. So we've talked a little bit about the new rewards that you can get for completing the track. Very importantly, we're going to talk about the Rampant Drone Fabricator and its balance pass. The Rampant Drone Fabricator site has been upgraded with a capital escalation, something that is very familiar to our wormhole dwelling friends. The difficulty of the site will be ramped up significantly, but so too are the rewards. By having a capital ship of any type except the Rorqual present at the start of a wave, you unlock a escalation. Now, when a capital ship is present, a carrier will receive 50% more damage from those NPCs and 100% damage to other capitals. So you're going to be a little more incentivized to use your carriers over a dreadnought. And NPCs will no longer attack fighters. So you don't really have to worry about managing your fighters and pulling them in and pulling them out so often. And space superiority fighters will now deal their full damage to NPCs, nanoswarms, and the Fabricator itself. In addition, the damage scale for the Rampant Drone Fabricator has been adjusted so that NPCs deal overall less damage when you are in a C1 to C3, no damage change when you're in a low sec or C4, and overall they will deal additional damage in a C5 or C6 wormhole system. And they improve the UI info panel for the Rampant Drone Fabricators. So with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and get right back into EVE and talk about how we're going to finish the event track. We are back in Dodixie, and we are going to go ahead and open up our event tracker. You can do that in 2 ways. You can do that by going to your activities with the agents, or you can just open up the event you're tracking and double click any of the items. That will open up the rest of the event here. Again, if you have completed one or more of these paths, they are repeatable, so you can keep doing these and earning a slightly reduced amount of points, but you still get to just do what you were doing before. And you will receive 75,000 additional skill points, 225 additional political favors, a Skinner component, and 4 presidential candidate favors, which are currently going for about 100 mil each. And these are used for turning in for the officer modules. What I'm going to be doing to finish the rest of the event tracker here is I'm going to be doing missions again, specifically level 2s with my Vexor. So I will let you know how long this takes me to finish the rest of the track with missions. Now, after completing 24 missions, I noticed that I could complete the rest of the event track by using my political favors that I got from the event track and trade them for relatively cheap items from the capsular outreach centers and complete the rest of the track. So that's exactly what I did. I used my Vexor I had been running missions with, since it was fairly tanky, grabbed my political favors, and completed the rest of the track by completing the tier 3 and 4 trading objectives. That gave us the final reward of 4 presidential candidate favors, and by doing some extra trades, we actually ended up with a 5th presidential candidate favor. This one I just sold since you have to have a minimum of 4. But I grabbed myself a Moreau modified expanded scan probe launcher. That's the one thing I will give Moreau in light of an impending rogue drone apocalypse. That is a mighty fine scan probe launcher. On a final note, I'm doing a giveaway. This is a separate giveaway where I'm giving away in my level 4 missions video Vexor Navy issue medium miasma skins that's currently happening until Sunday, April 12th. In this video, I'm giving away 2 bundles of 500 Plex. That's enough for a month of game time or whatever you want to spend it on. It's your game. All you need to do is leave a comment with your EVE character name so I know who to give it to, and tell me what your thoughts are on the Gallente Election Event, how it handled, should CCP do this for other empires, and who you think will win the Gallente election. And I'll pick a winner from the comments in about a week. And there we have it. We just completed the Gallente Elections event track and collected yourself all of the rewards and hopefully safely traded in your favors by using a tanky cruiser or battleship. Like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the coverage of the event, and I'll see you in the next video and for any future events. And you know I will give you as much information as I can on events that happen in EVE Online, as well as practical EVE guides and stories from the world of New Eden. So I'll see you in my next video. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like so I know to create more videos like this in the future. And also consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss my next video. If you really like this video, consider using my creator codes in the description. I do receive a small kickback to keep this channel going. Also, I think you'd like this video here on how to get started with level 4 missions with the Drake. Is it still the king of PvE? You'll just have to find out. I want to thank my YouTube and Patreon members for their support. Your support means the world to me. I appreciate each of you, and I couldn't do this without you. Bye-bye now.